Hello everyone, here are the latest market news on April the 23rd, 2020. Global shares and oil rise amid new measures. Global shares climbed on Thursday as both the rebound in crude prices from historic lows and the promise of more U.S. government aid to support the coronavirus-ravaged economy helped to improve market sentiments. European stock futures also showed the signs of rise, with the Eurostoxx 50 adding 0.3% and Germany's DAX increasing 0.4%. While London's FTSE futures were mostly unchanged. MSCI's broadest index of Asia-Pacific shares outside of Japan bounced from two-week lows to be up 0.6%, while Japan's Nikkei climbed 1.5%. South Korea's KOSPI index soared 1.09% and Hong Kong's Seng index added 0.5%. Meantime, Chinese shares gave up gains, with the blue-chip index down 0.1%. The gains follow a strong overnight lead from Wall Street, where the Dow jumped 2%, S&P 500 surged 2.3%, and Nasdaq was 2.8% higher. On the oil market, Brent crude futures gained 9.7% to $22.35 a barrel on the prospects for further production cuts, while U.S. oil soared 12% to $15.50. EU leaders prepare to create joint financing. On Thursday, EU leaders will ask European Commission to propose a joint fund which will help to finance a recovery after a coronavirus pandemic for the most affected sectors and regions. Many leaders see the massive joint recovery financing as a crucial tool of EU solidarity, as some in the 27-nation bloc will have a harder time than others regaining their economic footing after the deepest ever EU recession this year. The idea of having a special instrument to deal with the crisis is starting to be consensual, said one senior EU official involved in the preparation of the Thursday summit. Furthermore, the joint financing would help preserve the EU single market of 450 million people and keep at bay Eurosceptic parties which are trying to use popular resentment of EU economic inequalities for their purposes. China will buy crops from US under trade deal. China is preparing to buy more than 30 million tons of crops for state stockpiles to help protect itself from supply chain disruptions due to the coronavirus pandemic and make good on pledges to buy more U.S. crops. China plans to add about 10 million tons of soybeans, 20 million tons of corn, and 1 million tons of cotton to its state reserves and will import them mainly from the United States, as China works to fulfill its commitment under the Phase 1 trade deal signed in January. The main message from Beijing is to secure people's livelihood. It is a good time to build up reserves, especially when prices of the goods are at quite low levels, said country source. Google's gaming app shows record weekly installs. Stadia, Google's cloud-based game streaming service, has attracted more users after the tech giant offered 2 months of free access to its premium version for games staying at home to curb the spread of the coronavirus. According to data from analytics firm Sensor Tower, Stadia's mobile app, one of the multiple platforms to use the service and required to configure the Stadia controller, has crossed 1 million installs globally. With countries in lockdowns, mobile and console games have recorded a jump in sales and user spending, with U.S. video game sales hitting highest in over a decade. The week of the announcement about free access to Stadia Pro recorded the app's highest weekly installs since its launch in November, reaching about 225,000 globally across the App Store and Google Play.